Hello, welcome to the first of many Mario-themed videos as we get ready for Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
We are hyped for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and it's making us think about, it's been a long time since we had a 2D Mario game.
Yeah.
Where is this gonna fit in the pecking order of all the great 2D Mario games we have? So we're settling it. We're getting ready by doing a tier list of every single 2D Mario game. There's 16 in total.
Yes, exactly. And I already know, looking at this list, that we're gonna have some arguments.
You said fights.
Fights, I think
Fisticuffs.
I was already getting kind of annoyed as we were making the list. And anyways, so I think this is gonna be fraught with drama. And we're just gonna have
Such a joyful thing, I don't know why.
We do have to come up with, we do have to eventually agree, because we're gonna do a shared Kit and Krista.
That's right, there's only one list.
Tier list. So we're gonna fight to tooth and nail to make sure that we get our stuff.
Yeah.
Where we want them to be on the
But I get the
list.
final say,
No,
as we already
that's not
discussed
true.
and agreed to.
That's not
Let's
true.
begin. So we're gonna we'll keep it easy, we're gonna go in chronological order. So that means the very first game is Super Mario Brothers. Where it all began on the NES. What do you think?
S.
S?
Yeah.
Explain that.
What? You're not going to give the original Super Mario Brothers
it's so
an
far.
S?
It's so far from an S for me.
Are you serious right now?
I would give that a C, actually.
No.
Yeah, because
these level designs were so good. They were like really short, really sweet. They really like taught you like what 2D platforming is. What's wrong with you?
In the moment, yes, hugely influential, hugely important game. If I had to pick a Mario game to go back and play,
I play it sometimes.
This would be pretty low on my list. I think the playability of this one is not as great.
I disagree.
I think the play control is not as refined as it will soon become in later installments. I think you are out of your mind if you think this is an S-tier game. I think maybe we should just cancel this whole operation if you think this is going to be an S-tier game. S! Come on.
C? No.
The highest I'll go is B, and that's it.
We're going A.
No!
Yes.
No, we're not.
We have to.
No.
You cannot give the original Mario Brothers a B.
Why not?
That's just not, you just can't. This game is good. It still holds up. People still play this game.
Well, sure.
It's still really, really solid.
Wow.
No,
I didn't expect that this was the one.
It's an A. Next.
Well, fine, then I will be using some leverage for the next one.
Okay, let's go. Super Mario
Brothers The Lost Levels.
This one I gave a C to.
I'm just giving this an F. You famously played this on a stream.
And it was terribly
during a San
hard.
Diego Comic-Con. This game is trolling in game form.
It does troll you. I agree with that. I would agree with that.
A very rare miss for the Mario team, making a game that's not actually fun to play.
It's not.
And actively seems to hate you.
It is
that's your idea of a C?
It's very difficult. I mean, it does have some of the elements that were in the original Mario Brothers, but like, it definitely is not playable. So, C.
D.
Okay, fine.
I'm writing it down.
D is fine.
Had you even played the game that one time before, beyond the time at Comic-Con?
I have played it, but it's just really hard.
It's not good.
It's really
it's hard and it's not fun also. That's the most important thing.
Okay, fine. Wow, this is really off to a rocky start.
Next.
I can't believe
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yes.
A. Formerly Doki Doki Panic.
Yes.
A, okay. I had it slightly lower at a B.
Why do you hate Mario?
But I could actually go up to an A for this one.
This is such a unique entry into the 2D Mario series. Introduce all these weird mechanics.
How about we give this an A and we bump the original down to a B?
No. No. No deal. This is an A though. I go B with this if you want to. That's fine.
The platforming it's a little bit different. It is good. Phanto, that frightening mask face thing when you would pick up a key. That's frightening and bad. I don't like that.
But it's like weird and fun. Like it's just like zany.
Having nightmares every night when you're 9 years old is not zany.
You are chicken.
All right.
But if you want to go B for this one,
I'm calling it a B.
Fine. Fine.
Next, Super Mario Brothers 3.
S.
Thank you.
Okay. Great.
That's where we would have come to blows.
This
if you had disagreed with that.
This is the game that I think pushed Mario to the next level. Like this is absolutely is that magic moment for Mario where you're like, oh, this is going somewhere.
Exactly.
Like this game, this franchise, like this is totally different than what I expected to happen. Like this is where they introduce all those suits and that crazy world map and those enemies. I were just like out of the blue. I think there's so many items and like random stuff in this game that barely shows up ever again, but just seemed like experimental that they threw it all in, you know? Yeah, this game was like it was like a game from the future when we played it back in the day. And this game absolutely holds up. I play this game all the time.
This one really does.
Fun.
It really
Just
does.
randomly. Yeah.
Amazingly, and I go back and forth a lot on what my favorite Mario game is, and right now I'm in an era where I think it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they took a series that was already a smash hit and had already gone in a lot of interesting directions, and just completely blew up that formula and gave it so much longevity, and again so many things that started here we continue to see in other Mario games, and there are things that I would like to see them bring back.
Yeah.
Like
the shoe.
bring back the Karibu, sure.
Bring back that shoe.
The frog suit, the Hammer Bros, all of those suits I want them to come back. Yeah. Easy S.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This next one, I'm very curious what you're going to give this. This is Super Mario Land on the Game Boy.
Yes.
So this is our first non-NES game.
I have not played this game very much, I will admit right now. Like, I did not play this game on Game Boy very much. I remember the physics were a little weird and the kind of floaty for a Mario game.
Does not feel like a Mario game.
Yeah. So I gave it a B.
I gave it a D.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like this game. This game is a chore to play. This game is a slog. The jumping feels bad.
I do think the jumping is a little bit of a miss. Yeah.
I can understand why it was what it was. I mean, they were, trying to make a game on the Game Boy, which was this very primitive hardware. So I'm sure this was
limitations,
like the best they could do. This was also not kind of the core Mario team at the time. So they were trying to achieve that magic that the other team could.
Right.
So, I understand the reasons why this is not great, but we gotta say it is what it is. Not great.
I mean, I'm not gonna fight for this game. I don't really care that much. So if you want to give it a D,
I want to give it a D.
Great.
Yeah.
Fine.
Next. This is an easy S too. Yes, I know.
I think it's like better than Mario 3 though.
Fine.
So S plus.
There's no such thing as S plus.
Well, it's gonna be S plus.
We don't have it.
Well, I'm gonna make one. This is the best game of all time.
I'm gonna delete this video.
Wow! I'm gonna delete you. This is the best game of all time. Like, hands down. Give me a game. One day, maybe, there will be a game better than this game. But that day has not come.
Super Mario Wonder?
We will see. We will see. I have not played. I have played 15 minutes of Super Mario Wonder, so I don't know. But maybe one day before, I take the long nap, there will be a game that unseats this as the best game of all time.
Well, tell us why.
It has everything that you ever want.
Okay.
It has like the charm and like the imagination of some of the stuff we were seeing in Mario 3, which we loved. I love this game because of all of the different ways to discover and explore. I think that's my favorite part of this game because usually Mario games, it's very linear. You're just like level to level,
Yeah.
And that's fun. That's great too. But just the idea that all of these levels had these secrets, and that was like literally for like years. I lived in, that like, did you know that you can do X, Y, and then no, and then even like years later, like nowadays when I play this game like every year, at least like once or twice, I'm like, oh yeah, you go here, you can get that key to do the thing. There's just so many of those just like moments that they've jammed into this game. This is where we saw my favorite character of all time, Yoshi, for the first time. And that has changed the trajectory of human experience and existence. So, kudos there. Yeah, I think this hands down for me. When people ask me like, "What is your favorite game of all time?" This has always been my answer. I am waiting for the day that there is a game that comes along that will make me feel different, but this is the best game of all time.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. It's hard for me to put my finger on why I favor 3 to World. It's just sort of more of a feeling for me.
Because you're wrong.
I think I do like the greater variety of suits in 3. I like that. You have the cape, you get the flower, you get Yoshi. I mean, you can count Yoshi as like a power-up,
Sure.
sort of.
Yeah.
But I think I like that variety a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, this is easy S. I only had 2 S's on my whole list, and it's these 2. So certainly not trying to take anything away from this game. It's super neck and neck, and they're both super
It's just amazing.
beyond classic, genius, god tier. I mean,
Yes.
have I said enough?
Yes, you have.
Yes.
I'm happy again. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Super Mario Land 2,
Right.
6 golden coins. The next game on the Game Boy. A shockingly improved game over
Definitely
the original
improved, yes.
Super Mario Land.
This one had-
Unbelievable how this is one of those games where it's like, how did they put this on the Game Boy? Wow.
This is a game that does have some charm. Like
Yeah.
it has a lot of like really interesting little quirks to it. You know, I didn't really love that the 1-up mushrooms were hearts though. That was kind of weird. But yeah, it is so much better than the first one. I also did not play this one too much, but I did have that realization of, oh wow, this is a much better experience. I gave it a B.
Wow, I also have this as a B.
Okay.
Because it's very much like Link's Awakening, where they shrank down a lot of the things you could do in a Mario game and put it on the Game Boy, and it actually looks like a legitimate Mario game versus the original. It's like they smushed 2 pixels together and called it Mario.
Yes.
So it's definitely got that going for it. It just lacks some of that sort of soul and pizzazz that the main NES Mario games at this time.
Yeah, but it was trying though. It was trying to be charming, and there was some success there, I do think.
Again, I don't love the original Game Boy just because of how limited it was, but they
did the best they could.
They cranked a lot out of that Game Boy.
They
for
really
this game.
tried.
So
yeah.
that's a very
solid,
high trending B for me.
Okay.
Next, Super Mario All-Stars, the Super NES re-release of the original couple games. I actually did not own this growing up. I rented this a couple times, and obviously it's now available on NSO, other ways to play. Did you have this growing up?
I did not.
You did not? Yeah, I think this eventually became a pack-in with the Super NES at a time when I already had a Super NES.
Because I already had all these other games separately, so I didn't really need to have this collection.
Right.
But it's fine. It's a good, solid collection. If you did not have some of those games and you wanted to have it all in one place, like why not?
Yeah.
I think it's an A.
I gave it an A2 because it's, all of those incredible games on one cartridge, which is wonderful. I prefer the original graphics to the Super NES graphics that they gave. That's the only reason I bumped it down.
That's true.
So I think that's maybe a matter of taste. Like if this was your first exposure, it's like, oh, this is what these games look like.
Right. You
but
know the difference.
For us, A.
Okay.
Next.
Okay.
Highly controversial here. Yoshi's Island.
AKA
Super Mario World 2.
Doesn't count.
You seem to feel that this does not belong on this list.
Can't play as Mario. Doesn't count.
It's called Super Mario World 2. Why would Mr. Miyamoto do that?
Yoshi's Island.
Why would Mr. Miyamoto put that on the box?
This is not a Mario game. This is not a 2D Mario.
Is Yoshi not a Mario character?
I would say Yoshi lives in the Mushroom Kingdom, but Yoshi is not a Mario character.
I came prepared to rate this game, so I'm going to rate this whether you like it or not.
Fine. C.
I am giving this a C.
I give it a C.
Oh, people are going to be coming for you.
I love Yoshi as my favorite character of all time.
People are not going to like you.
But I don't really love this game, I gotta tell you.
Really? Why is that?
The levels are too long.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a slog. It feels like, it doesn't feel like snappy and like fun like a Mario platformer. It just feels a little bit like...
It feels like you're riding Yoshi.
Well, you are Yoshi. So...
I had this as an A. I don't like it as much as the
but we don't count this one.
peak Mario games that came before it,
Yeah.
but it is unique, and the visuals are nice. I just can't put it in that super same high ranking as the others. So, what did you say? C?
I didn't rate it, but I would probably give it a C.
You just did.
I put NA on my list.
C. Jeez.
It just plays so different than a 2D Mario game.
We can't have this in a C. We'll call it B. Jeez.
We're not going to rate this one.
Jeez
It doesn't
Louise.
matter. We're not going to even put it on the list.
What do you mean?
It's not a Mario game.
We rated it. Put it on the list.
We're not gonna.
Oh my god.
Guess who's editing this video?
Yeah, remember.
It's not you.
No, when the comments come, remember who did this. Okay. Next, we have. Boy, it was a long
Super
wait
Mario-
until
yeah.
New Super Mario Brothers.
This is the one.
We went through the whole.
No,
we
hold on.
went the
We went
Nintendo 64.
64.
Nope. Some of the
And then
other
we did-
iterations
well,
of the
we had
Game
a
Boy.
3D Mario game
so
there.
yes, New Super Mario Brothers. We're not ranking all those like Game Boy Advance re-releases.
Yeah, nuts.
By the way, also. So we're going all the way to New Super Mario Brothers on the DS.
DS, yeah. I gave this a B. I think it was a pretty solid entry into this new, quote unquote, new series. It definitely was like kind of resting on the laurels of like old level design.
But that was the idea.
But that was the idea.
Right.
That, you can't mark them down for it, but it was like, it sort of like started out feeling a little bit like a remake, and then that's how it stayed, right? And then it overstayed its welcome, unfortunately. But yeah, but this first entry I thought was really solid. I remember playing a ton of this on the DS. I do like the little bottom screen, where they had like cute little like meter showing you how far you were from the flag, and you know they did some cool things there. That was nice. But yeah,
B.
B.
That's actually where I had it too.
Okay.
It was completely fine. Not highly memorable, but it was a fun little throwback at the time.
Yeah.
Sold like 30 million copies.
It sold a
so
lot of copies.
somebody liked it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
Fine.
I had it. I owned it.
totally fine. All right, next, New Super Mario Brothers
Wii.
We're gonna have this is the New Super Mario Brothers chunk right here.
It
so
is. We got all
Get
these.
ready for this.
I like this one a lot.
I do too, actually.
This is probably my favorite of the new Super Mario Brothers series.
Yeah,
This is where we had the great multiplayer introduced.
very fun.
Very fun, and like, wow, what a experience that was when you were, messing with your friends. Yeah, I really like this one. I gave it an A.
Oh, so did I.
Okay.
Yes, felt a bit more inspired than some of the
Yeah.
other New Super Mario Brothers that
Sure.
we eventually got. Came in that great red case. Wow.
Yes, I
Love
like
that.
the red case.
All
I
right.
remember that. The bubble was very, very fun. I remember.
Super Guide.
Super Guide.
Wow, that was a fun idea.
Yeah, I like this one. It's a good one.
Next,
Had some
we
personality.
have New Super Mario Brothers 2 for the Nintendo 3DS. Also, coins, coins, coins.
This one was the one I did not like. This one just felt so lazy and gimmicky. The coins gimmick, I hated. I didn't really.
It was a stretch to build a whole game around that.
Yeah, and then we had like so much marketing like around the coins that I was like sickened by it.
Yeah. This was an era of games on the 3DS where they would build a game around a gimmick.
Yeah.
It was like, remember the Yoshi game was like, hey, the egg gets big.
Oh, the egg is big. Yeah.
The Kirby game was like, hey, he can suck in something that's even bigger than usual. Wow. And it was like, oh, you built a whole game around that? I mean, there's fine games, but it's like you kind of
Yeah.
stretch this idea like within an inch of its life.
Yeah, it was a little. It felt just like it relied too much on the gimmick, and then the rest of it felt really lazy
Right.
to me. So I gave it a C.
I also have this as a C.
Okay.
Yeah. The one redeeming factor of this game that I will mention is the DLC. This was like the first Nintendo game to get DLC, and the DLC was
Okay.
quite good. Some of those levels were like legit classic Mario challenging and kind of like ditched the whole.
I don't know if I played the DLC
Point
because
stuff.
I was kind of like out on this game.
Yeah, it was sort of formatted differently than the main game, but it was neat.
Okay. All right.
Next, New Super Mario Brothers U. Thankfully, the final New Super Mario Brothers game we
Until
will be
we
thanking.
get to. Well, yes, that's right.
That's it.
That's it. You're right. This one was good, not great. They added some stuff like with those flying squirrels, which was kind of like a Tanuki suit.
Not
but
a super
as
high-end
good.
Mario suit.
not a high-end Mario suit, and it just felt a little bit like a little lazy because it's like it was kind of like the Tanuki suit. What's really the
Lazy
difference?
devs, at it again. When will they stop?
But I gave it a B.
A B.
Yeah, 'cause it was like fine.
Wow. I also had this at a C. I mean,
It was fine.
I was just over this formula
I
at this
know.
point. Completely fine to play through, but very not memorable. Very just lacking in any sort of personality or charm.
Wow.
So,
There's a little charm.
where?
Okay, fine.
I'm still looking.
If you want to give it a C, that's fine. I don't care about this that much.
All right, we'll give this a C.
New Super
It-
Luigi U?
They just pushed this one game too many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. So we're glad that that's not coming back again. Mario Wonder is Mario Wonder. Different.
Mario Wonder is not New Super Mario Bros.
That's right.
Next, we have Super Mario Maker, and you might wonder, does this deserve to be on this list?
I say no.
I think it does.
Oh, not again.
I'm ready to rank.
I don't want to rank this.
Why?
There's no levels that are made by a developer.
Well,
They're not a developer.
First of all, there are.
But they're not
And then it opened up a whole-
really. Fine. If you want to rank it, that's fine.
I have this as an A.
I think it's a great game, but
This
I don't
is-
think it's
this
a
is
2D Mario game.
extremely good. This is the best implementation of the Wii U gamepad that existed.
Okay.
Just a perfect interface for making things, a
Yeah.
completely new way to enjoy and appreciate Mario levels. One of those rare games where I actually engaged in the making instead of just the
Claim part of it?
consuming of the stuff that people had made.
Yeah, fan titled Super Mario Maker. Do it yourself if you're so smart.
Some of the best performing videos we ever did on Nintendo Minute were for Super Mario Maker.
That's
like
right.
the community was really
Into it.
excited and worked up for this game. This
Yeah.
is an easy A.
Okay, if we're gonna rank it, I guess that's fine.
Does this next game belong on the list? You're just saying there's only one game that belongs on this list, Super Mario World, S+++ with a star next to it.
Yes.
Way to go.
The next game is Super Mario
Super
Run.
Mario Run.
Does it?
Does this belong on the
This
list?
one I did rank because I thought it did. Because it was
This is gonna come down to you.
because this is a 2D Mario game that you play and that is made by a developer.
But you can't control it.
You can a little bit.
even playing it?
You are controlling Mario. You're making him jump. He runs by himself, but he
Okay.
doesn't jump. Did you rank this one?
Yeah. I put it on the. I made this list. Of course I ranked it.
I gave it a B. You didn't like this one.
I had it as a C.
Why?
If you want to pump it up to a B, I could live with that.
It's fine. It's
it's-
a good little
It's
entry on mobile.
It's completely fine.
Who would have thought Mario would ever be on a mobile
Fine.
game?
We'll call it a B.
Mr. Miyamoto was very involved in this game.
Mhm.
And it was really fun to like, I don't know, it was just different.
Yeah. As the levels got more complex, like it's like, this isn't kind of working so well
Yeah.
anymore. They
I
kind
did
of.
play it recently in preparation for this list. I booted it up on my phone.
Wow. And then you threw your original copy of Yoshi's Island into the trash.
I don't have that
Great
one.
way to prep. So in your world, Yoshi's Island is an inferior game to Mario Run.
I'm not ranking Yoshi's
But you
Island.
did, you gave it a C. Just for posterity.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I do
for
think Mario
for when the
Run.
receipts come,
You're just trying to bait me.
I'm just
now.
putting them here. I'm gonna bait, these are your own words. I'm gonna bait you.
You're trying to bait me. Mario Run was good. I enjoyed it. The one-handed challenge we did on Nintendo Minute
Very
was
fun.
really fun. You
Very
drank
fun.
a bottle of water, almost died. I drew a really cute picture that you still own.
Nearly suffocated, yes.
Nearly suffocated.
I do have
You ate
that,
a banana.
yes.
I think this was really great. This was a fun, like, different way to look at Mario, and I stand behind that. I stand behind it.
Okay.
Why are you are you crying right now? What's the
This
deal?
has been a lot more taxing than I expected it to be.
I told you it would be.
Next, our last one, apparently another game that you think doesn't belong. The gatekeeper herself has spoken. Mario Maker 2.
This doesn't belong here, but if we're gonna rank it, fine.
What's your ranking?
See?
I also have this as a C. Shockingly worse than the original.
Yeah.
I yearned for the Wii U gamepad.
I did. It was hard to do it on the Switch somehow.
We went so far as to buy like a stylus.
We bought styluses.
Online. It was like, this is not the same.
No.
They did their best to shoehorn everything
Yeah.
you could do on the gamepad into this. It just didn't work as
Didn't
well.
quite work, yeah.
The online for this game is a disaster.
It's a shockingly bad disaster.
What a mess. Just
They did not have the staying power at all.
no.
It really, truly did.
People just moved on.
We really were like, we can recapture the magic of this game, but we just couldn't. The world was not interested.
This game's kind of a bummer, honestly, for me.
It's a bummer, yeah.
I want them to try again at some point when they're ready. Mario Maker 3, and just right those wrongs, please.
But do you know what? Give you a gamepad?
I just said what was wrong with it. Fix it. I don't know. I'm not the developer.
They can't give you a gamepad. It doesn't exist.
And you're just some creep who hates classic games.
I love classic games. I said Super
We're
Mario
being very
Bros. is
clear
my
and
favorite
upfront
game
about
of
who
all
we
time.
are. I'm just a guy who loves fun, and you're just some creep.
Well, we need to stop. I can't do this anymore.
Well, we've completed the list, but apparently half the list is invalid.
It's invalid.
And my opinions are invalid too.
That's
I
right.
got a human being. I'm a human being with feelings. They're valid. The games are valid.
What's with this motion?
Take that.
I need to stop now.
Fine, we're gonna stop.
Bye.
Bye.